Okay, so our workshop today is for using MLKit with Android, and mainly is how you can package machine learning features on your mobile app, specifically Android app for the workshop. With you today, I'm like you know me as chine. Now I'm an AI research engineer and a study where we provide B2B solutions based on AI for enterprise. So let's start. Before we go through our main topic for today, which is MLKit, we need to start a bit about the basic. And the basic for today is what is machine learning and what relation it has with our talk for today. So mainly machine learning, like the proper definition for it, is the field of study that gives computers the ability to learn without being explicitly programmed. So before machine learning, engineers were writing programs in an imperative way. Like they set the rules on which the program execute and the program needs to follow in order to have a coherent result. But for machine learning, things change, and it's about pattern recognition, giving a set of data or set of interaction with an environment. And then we have proper rules proposed by our model. Like, to explain this more deeply, we need some example like here. If I want to write a set of rules using imperative programs to showcase that this girl is walking, I just write an if condition where I said if the speed of this girl is like 4, so the activity is working. If she's running, I say if the speed is less than 4, it's working, else it's running. Now she's biking. Let's say if it's less than 4, it's working, less than 12, it's running. Otherwise, she can't be running over 12 kilometers per hour. So let's say biking. But what if this girl is practicing golf? There is no such program that can be explicitly written to distinguish this for activity. And here comes machine learning. So like we said before, for traditional programs, we have a set of rules and a set of data. Like the data here is the activity, like the image or like the scenario that we are having in our environment. And the rules are our if-else clause. So given the rules and the data, we have answers. Either the girl is running, biking, or practicing, not practicing golf, or now she's working, for example. But for machine learning, it's not the same. Like we give a set of labeled data, like we say data plus answers. Then the machine learning will recognize, the model will recognize some patterns giving those labeled data, and this machine learning toolbox will propose a model that will help us distinguish between these 4 activities. Like if we need the model here, we need to group a set of data which capture the activity of this girl, and on each photo we have a label whether she is running, biking, or practicing golf, for example, or doing anything else. What's exciting about this topic, machine learning, and the way that machine learning is evolving this decade, or specifically this past 5 years, is that on one of Google I/O events that I had to watch inside our local at Algiers, Sundar Pichai has made it clear that Google and the tech industry will be moving from mobile first to AI first. So first, when in the 90s, we have the web, the World Wide Web, where everything was inside the browser on the computer. Then we moved to what we call AI mobile first, where everyone writing an app or coming with a new idea about a revolutionary app that will target mobile. And you had the chance to witness that with, for example, Instagram that appeared after 2011, I think. It was mainly targeting mobile phones. But now anyone who is willing to come up with a new idea, he needs to target the concept of AI first. It's in another way, packaging AI features inside your app. So if we need to move on from mobile first to AI first, we need to spot an intersection between these two words, which is machine learning on mobile. It will be good if we and great if we can package those revolutionary AI first features inside the mobile app, using regardless of all the constraints that mobile phone environment impose on us, like for example low memory or low storage or less for example high latency when using Wi-Fi. We can overcome this with some of the features that MLKit provide. We will be discovering later. So from the example we have, like real world example, sorry, for machine learning on mobile that had made huge success lately. Like for example, Google products, we have Google Assistant, Gmail, Google Photos. Like for example, we have for these three app offline support for machine learning features like auto compose or like distinguishing or proposition for for Google Photos. When you take a photo in a darker area, it will propose to change a bit the colors and make some editing to your photo, regardless if you are connected to Wi-Fi or not. For Google Assistant, it's the same thing. Regardless of if you are connected to Wi-Fi or not, you have some features like, for example, turning on the torch, lampool of your phone, and doing other stuff like, for example, opening apps recently with the new changes made by the Android team. So from the advantages of machine learning on mobile, like we said before, is speed. Or what we call in a more tech term, low latency. Like you don't need internet connection to connect to a server hosting a machine learning model to do your AI stuff. It's just AI, pure AI on your device. Second thing is privacy, of course. Like your data is all the time inside your phone. It doesn't have to leave your phone and go to a remote server where the model is being hosted. So these two advantages are the main advantages of machine learning or AI first concept. And if you pay attention, these two privacy and speed is the most problematic topic nowadays. Like everyone is complaining about lack of privacy, and in the third world, especially where there is high latency and low speed internet, we suffer from speed, and we say that we can do our stuff always by being connected to the network. Okay, so that's something to note. Moving on, like if you want to make this idea a reality, like making AI features on your device, you need to be an expert in AI. But let's change the subject a bit. Let's say you want to tackle photography, and you want to learn photography. First, you start by being excited to learn photography and being the best photographer among your friends. But with time, you discover that there is a lot of concepts related to this domain, which is, for example, ISO, aperture, shutter speed, something else I don't know. And for honestly, I don't know either. I don't know. Maybe I know the shutter speed, how fast the shutter will close and open to take pictures, or make lights, get lights in to the photograph, to the l'appareil photo, for example. But other stuff I don't know. And it's same thing actually for machine learning. Like we get excited, it happened to me also, we get excited to make machine learning models and deploy them on our phones, but with time we discover that it's easier said than done, and it's a bit difficult to make this a reality with no help or no framework available. And this difficulty comes from the flow of deploying a machine learning model. So first, in order to train it, you need data. You need training data, like you see here in red. Then you need to develop a model with all the tweaks that you need to apply on it in order to make it perfect also. And this stuff are done by machine learning expert or data scientist. And here we are talking from software engineer point of view. Like, I'm not an expert, I'm not a data scientist or neither machine learning expert. I'm software engineer. I want to deploy this feature to make my users happy. So then you need also to deploy your model on a server. You need to have some DevOps skills. And finally, you need to predict the answers that, given the data or the question that the user asks for. Here is developer. So if you see the flow here, most of the tasks related to using machine learning on in the mobile or on any platform, it's non-software engineer specific. Like you have here DevOps, data scientist, and machine learning expert. But like here it comes Firebase, MLKit, or let's say Android MLKit. So because since June 3rd, 2020, like MLKit is being hosted separately of Firebase, so we don't have to create a Firebase project in order to use MLKit. That's a good thing, and we'll see after why the Google team made this move. So MLKit is, without any complication, is Google framework in order to bring machine learning their machine learning expertise to mobile developers. So mobile developers don't need to worry anymore about how to develop their model. Just introduce dependency and use the interface that the MLKit provides. We'll see in the workshop how we can do that. So this framework is mainly available for Android developer, iOS, and also Flutter. For Flutter, there is no official package, but there is a package that is mainly used by Flutter developers. Mainly, I'm not Flutter developers, but if someone has used it before, he can bring it here. So with Firebase, with Android MLKit, sorry, all the work that had been done by the DevOps team and the machine learning expert plus and data scientist is mainly done by MLKit now. You don't need to worry about how well your model performs or how optimized is your model, or where is your model deployed. Mainly it's on your phone, but how it is deployed, you don't need to worry about it. The only thing you need to worry about it is how you can predict how to run the prediction workflow on your mobile phone. So here the task for software engineer or software developer is much easier. So we can move now to our workshop. Like it was easy or light introduction to MLKit, specifically for Android. The app we will try to build today is like a real-time text recognition app where you you spot text and you put your phone in front of it. You will have some graphics in order to spot where is text being spotted, and you have also the text being written on inside your phone, and also respecting the way the text is being plotted. For example, here there is quote for Charles Bukowski saying, "Find what you love and let it kill you." If you pay attention, there is 3 words in the first line, 1 word on the second line, and 3 words also on the third line. We are keeping the same structure on our text. So we can move now. If we have time also, we can move to another app, which is like a face recognition app. So the project is Firebase MLKit Vision demo app. You can click on it and clone it. Like there is some on the README, you can discover the packages inside this app, Android app. Mainly, we have like three module. We have starter app where you can find the to-dos and the comments in order to progress, in order to start coding or start introducing the MLKit blocks. You have also another module that I have provided, which is halfway app. Like when you finish the starter app, you can compare your code with the halfway app. Like if you did something correctly or not, or even if I did something wrong and you see that there is a tweak you can introduce to make things better. And we have also the final app, which where everything is being done for you. Like for the starter app, there is nothing working. For the second one, there is only the text recognition app working, and for the third one, you have the full app with text recognition and face recognition. You can clone it here or via terminal. If you have cloned it the past week, I think, just pull the new changes, because I introduced some changes, light changes, of course, just by typing this one. Let's pull. Okay. So I mainly changed the readme. So if we can take a look at the Firebase MLKit that was provided before June 3rd, like it's still maintained, but there is no updates no updates pushed to this packet, to this product anymore. And all the updates will be found here, like here, developers.google.com MLKit. Like it's being hosted separately from Firebase to make it easier for developer to use like small packages without setting up a whole Firebase product. So mainly here, if you come here, you say you have this remarks. You have an optimized for mobile because our target is mobile devices. Of course, built with Google expertise and easy to use, of course. Like when we will be coding the application, you will see how easy it is to use this framework or library, not framework, sorry. So here we have like vision APIs. First, we have barcode scanning. Like if you have QR code or barcode, you can extract some the numbers from this this sign. You have face detection. You can detect the face and like you can draw a box on this face. And there is also some label, like if the person is smiling or the left eye is open, the right eye is open, something like this. You have also image labeling. So you take a random picture and you have a set of labels that are returned by this framework where, for example, I take a picture for a bike. I have here a label of a bike. We have object detection and tracking, like you can track an object. Text recognition, like we will be doing after a bit of time. Digital recognition. This one is new, I think, but I think it has something to do with recognizing language or written digits. And here you have those detection. If some, like you see here, someone running, the framework is detecting the joins of this person while he is running. And we have also a set of natural language APIs, translation, smart reply, especially smart reply. You can, like, for example, if you are willing to code a message app or chat app, smart reply will be a nice feature to use. So let's start. I think there is presenter mode here. So mainly let's start with the starter app. We have the structure of this is very simple. So mainly in Android, you have two concepts. We have an activity, which is a box where your code is being executed on. Like for example, here I have on my app. Let me share with you here the final app. So let's say, for example, here I have two fragments. The first fragment is a camera view where I am scanning the frames frame by frame. And the second fragment is the fragment where I am seeing if that person is smiling or not. For example, if I can go here, let's make a demo. So I have my app here, like I am using the software to copy my phone image. And I have here Robert Downey Jr. twinkling. I am detecting that the left eye is closed and is twinkling. So mainly we have two fragments. We have the first fragment here that process the frame. I use the framework. You don't need to worry about it. And here I have the final result. Okay. So we move now to our app. So it's the same thing for image translation like we saw in the presentation. We have here the main activity. The main activity, we are starting our fragment, which is here the text recognition fragment. So it's just specifying the container where the fragment will be running. If we go to the text recognition fragment, it's simple fragment.
Sorry, still, Iron Neros does this work online or offline?
It's offline, like it's fully offline. So we are using MLKit, it's fully offline. So I have here fragment text recognition fragment implementing the fragment of Android and implementing a frame processor. Like here, it's simple interface provided by the framework I am using to do the frames thing. This frame processor interface will oblige me to implement this method, which is called process. So it gives me a frame, and I need to process this frame. I get an image and analyze it, and it's a task. So I do some asynchronous work here. Okay. So mainly, this is a simple text recognition fragment, taking a frame, creating an image from this frame, and analyzing. So the function that you need to focus on is the following. The first one is analyze. So here, how you go for, how you sorry, not analyze, but let me see here. First, get image from frame. How you can create a Firebase MLKit image from a frame. Since now we will be using Firebase MLKit, not Android MLKit, the recent one, because I choose this because most of the tutorial or the blogs you will find is mainly about Firebase MLKit. So the switch, they made only some refactoring of the function of the naming, but mainly it's the same functionality. So après ما نكملوا الوركشوب اللي حاب يزيد باغ اكزومبل يشوف دي بلوغ ولا يلقى لا ماجوريتي باملكيت تاع فايربيس. دونك حبيت انه نخدموا فايربيس املكيت وابري السويتش الاملكيت لا ديرنيير فيرجن يكون فاصل اللي حاب يكمل. Look, what we need first is to get byte array data from this frame. Okay, so this frame is like a matrix of 2D matrix with 3 layers like RGB, and we need to get the byte array of this frame to be processed by our framework. Second to do is to specify the rotation, like if I'm holding my phone 0 degree, 90 degree, or 180 or 360. Okay, sorry, not 360, but 270. So we have the rotation, we have the byte array. Now we need to create what we call a Firebase image metadata. Metadata in computer science is like information about your image. Here we have the format of our image, the rotation, like we did here, extracted here, the height and the width of our image. With some metadata that we need to set up before we create our Firebase vision image. Next, we will use the metadata and the byte array to create our Firebase vision image. So now we have an image that we will return. Okay. After that, this functions come to play. Like we pass an image. This analyze function will call the Firebase vision text recognizer. This text recognizer is you can like use this Firebase vision text recognizer as your model. So you enter something and you have a result at the end. And we will be having the text Firebase vision text as a result. We'll be returning it after. Here we have also this function called process text. You pass a block of text, and this function will like draw the boxes around the words on the frame, and also display the text. So we can start. We can start here. Here I have a frame. What I can do is frame dot get data. So I get the data. If you can see here, the data is a byte array. I'm using Java here. I didn't use Python. Sorry, Kotlin. I'm doing because most of you know Java, so it's easier for you to do this. So I'm getting the frame. So first I get the data. Second one, I get the rotation. I just type
There is
here.
question. قالك
Okay.
MLKit is available on Flutter, or you have to use Java or Kotlin?
It's available. Like, it's not officially supported by the Google team, but there is a package. If we can search here, MLKit for Flutter. Like, you can see that there is MLKit 0.15.1. So it's not actually supported by the team, but you can find some useful features here. You can find it on the Dart Hub, I think, or pub.dev. I think that Flutter developers know this website. Okay, so we proceed. Like, first we got the data, then we will be getting the rotation from our image. So mainly the rotation is an int, but we can't use the rotation from the frame, like the frame processing framework. We need to use the rotation specified by Firebase. So it's easy. We just do switch case here on the rotation. Sorry if there is some boilerplate code. I just copy it from here.
Sorry, Azdin, فاطمة تقول should we import the packages?
Indeed, like here, if you can, like, I didn't go through that because it's like here you can find. I'm using 3 packages. The first one is the first one is Firebase ML Vision image label model. The second one is the Firebase ML Vision. Like, there is 2 things, and there is the Firebase ML Vision face model. These three, and for text recognition, you need all you need is this package. So this 2 is for the next feature we will be using, which is face detection. But for text recognition, you will need this package because you will be processing a frame, like doing an OCR. Like, you will be processing a frame and getting digits or text from it. Okay, mainly the code is this one. Like, for example, if regarding the rotation, I'm using the rotation specified by Firebase Vision image metadata. So here, if the rotation is 270, I can't pass this 270 number into our metadata builder, but I need to use another int, which is a key provided by Firebase metadata. Like, if you can see image metadata, I just need to specify 270. If you can see here, like, 270 in the source code is just 3, not 270 degrees number. It's being explicitly typed. So here I am specifying my rotation. It's our second to do. So the third to do is to create a Firebase image metadata using the format, the rotation, the height, and the width. How you can do that? We can do that is using this one, Firebase metadata builder. Like, they are using a builder pattern. So we initiate the builder. First, if you can see the method here. Okay. So we have our builder here. I am missing, like, actually I missed the new, because in Kotlin we don't have to specify the new. So if someone is switching from Kotlin to Java, he will run to this one. So here we have like 4 main functions here. First, we need to set the height of our frame. We can get the height using this function, like frame get size. Then we get the height. We have also set width, and we set the rotation. The rotation is this one. We have already, and finally the format. So for the format, let me use this one. The format is this one. I don't know why the meaning of this one NV21 image, but it's more like framework specific. You don't need to worry about this actually. Like you can copy paste from the Firebase documentation. So the most used one is NV21. So here we can build our metadata object. And if you can see this method here, when we build, we get the Firebase Vision image metadata. So we need to specify the type, metadata. Okay. So here we have our metadata of our image. Okay. The next step is get, like if you can see the to do, return a Firebase Vision image using the byte array. How we can do that? Firebase Vision image. We initiate this. If you can see here, we have the option to enter a byte array, which is our data. And the second one is to enter Firebase Vision image data. Like we have our metadata already here. So we are done. So we replace this null. Here we have our model, our function to get the image from frame all set up. Like we are getting the data, we are setting the rotation, we are building the Firebase metadata, and then we are instantiating our Firebase Vision image. So when this image is being processed and return the image, Firebase image, we need to analyze this image. Okay. So just to show you how easy it is to use this framework, you can go here, for example, MLKit for Firebase. I choose to, like, let me zoom a bit. I go to recognize test. I choose Android. Here I have a concrete example of what I'm doing. So I go to the function called analyze. If you can see here, they are using the same code that we are using. So I just scroll. Here they are instantiating the Firebase Vision image. And here, get instance of Firebase text recognizer. So to use the on-device model. So like answering the question of earlier, this model is being hosted on your device, not online. So I don't even do this thing. I just copy this thing. So mainly is this. Just get the instance. I'm getting the instance like you see here. Second thing, I just also scroll. I don't need the option. So I just copy this one here. Start the text recognition task and handle both success and failure result. Okay. So I just copy this thing. I have my image being processed here. Task completed successfully, and if the task is failed, I have another failure method that will handle this error. Okay. So I need to return this task, like you see here. Okay, so I don't need this. So for now, we are all set up. We have our two methods ready. The first one is getting the image, and the second one is processing our image to recognize text. Okay, there is a trick. There is a trick that I didn't show you. Is here. Let me find it. Like to make the app work like in an elegant way. Here I can, when I'm finished, I can call the method process text. So I don't like do things in like write all the code that process the text inside this callback, but I choose another function to do this thing for me. Like we can go back on our fragment. Here we need to call this process text. So here we have our file-based vision text ready for us. We just pass the file-based vision text. And now we do things in a clean way. Like the first thing is we draw the blocks on the text on the frame, and we display the text inside the text view also. So all the methods that are required to do these things, I made it for you. You can just follow the to-dos and use and import those methods. And if you are stuck or something like this, you can go to the final app, see how it is done, and just try to rewrite it. Like not copy paste like I'm doing now. Just try to rewrite the code that is written on the final app package. So if we go here, like for example, we go here for the final app, you can go fragment, text recognition fragment. You have the text, you have the code ready for you. And let's go through this code line by line. So first, we get from the file-based vision text, we get a list of blocks, like you see here. I'm getting a list of blocks. Each block of this list represents a text. Like for example, let's say I am going to school, and I is a block, going is a block, and school is a block. Okay. So if the block size, the list of blocks is empty, like there is no text found in the frame. Else, what we do, we clear the frame. Like if we are since we are doing it in real time, we need to clear it in order to make room for the next box to be displayed. Otherwise, we will have blocks over blocks over blocks on each frame. Okay, so it's just cleaning way method here. For each block, we have some process to do. Like for each block, we need to draw a circle around this block of text on the frame and display this block on the text view. Okay. So what we do first is to start building our text that will be displayed in text view by appending this block to this text builder, and we go through this line. Like for blocks, a block can be composed by multiple lines. Like sometimes the way text is being written, you can have multiple lines. We can show you. I can show you some example after. And for each line, we get an element. Okay. So here we have file-based vision text dot line, and for each line, we have multiple elements. Okay. And for each element, what I'm willing to do is to draw a box. The way we are drawing box is to use this methods, graphic overlay dot add, and you add your text graphic. Mainly, this is like boilerplate code. Like it's ready and made for you. You can find it here if you want to take a look in this package, like face graphics or graph overlay. It's mainly handled by open source code, like you can see here. So nothing to worry about here. Let me go here. And for each block, we are displaying a box around it. Okay. So after we are done with drawing the boxes around each word, we will move to displaying our text inside our text view. If you can see here, the MM text container is a simple text view. If for the ones that have been developing on the way before, you should recognize text view. Of course, I don't know that. So we just use this method set text to display text on our text view. If we can do an example for that, I can share with you. Like I prepare something here. So here, I think you know that I have only, okay. So here we have only one block, which is Android 11. If you can see here, I have like two blocks. If you can see, I have the blocks, the first block, which is Android, and the second block is 11. On the frame, you can see that there is some others things that have been displayed. This thing is under this image, like the frame is bigger than you see on the app. Like if you can go here, you can find like Meet and the others block. The trick way to do this is like, for example, if I can choose another example, more complicated example. So here, if you can see, like the word GDG and the word Algiers are not on the same line. So here on my text view, I have GDG and Algiers on two different lines. And here for Android 11, like although they are two blocks, I have on the Android and 11 on the same line. This is the thing I was explaining to you, that the way we are doing, we are recognizing text is by blocks on the image. It's not like simple text recognition where you just display text, but you display this text, recognize the text, and spot where is the text written given the image. So here I have Android and the number 11 on the same block. Okay. So, like I'm expecting you to like give it this workshop a second look after this. When you finish the text recognition fragment or the feature, you can go to this halfway up. In the halfway up, you have the app, the text recognition fragment already made for you. Like if you can see here, for the fragment, there is no to-dos here. Everything is being made for you. So you can proceed with no problems, compare your code, see if your code is matching the code is being written on the second package. Moving now to the face detection fragment. You will have also some to-dos here if you want to dig deeper into this problem. First, this method you don't have to worry about, it's just to set up some graphics things. So if you can notice here that like we are no longer using the old way to implement extends our fragment. Now I am using vision fragment that I have created here in order to skip all the parts that we did before. Like in this mother class fragment, we set up the frame, and process the frame and just return Firebase vision image metadata. And we have this also this class which is process. Like now the only methods that you need to override is analyze. I made this to avoid going to the same code for the second time. So you can proceed with no problems and go directly to the main function. The main function here obviously is analyzing an image where there is a face on it. What we are willing to do here is like, let me give you an example. We have an emoji. If I take this image for Julia Robert, I can spot that she's smiling. So I display an emoji of like a smiling emoji. And if I spot that this person, like here we have Robert Downey Jr. is twinking his eye, I display an emoji with the twink eye. So it's like matching the figure which is displayed on the frame. Also, most of the time, I think that you don't need to like learn by heart this framework, because you don't have to be dependent on this framework. You can use another framework. So mainly you can go through the code by going to the official documentation provided by the Firebase team. So let's switch to Arabic a bit. So تقدر تجوا لهنا شغل ما تسحقش تعاود تحفظ الكود باي هارت، باش ما تسحقهاش، انت جيست تسحق لا فونكسيوناليتي دونك دائما لازم تخلي الدوكيومونطاسيون وحدها سي كو جامي تحفظ كيفاش راهم يديروا لي شوز مي كومون راهم ماشي كيفاش مي شغل like you don't need to like تحفظها باي هارت لاين باي لاين كيفاش راهم يخدموا مي جيست لا جلوباليتي تاع لو كود. كيفاش راح نديرو هنايا like من جو هنايا فاير بيس تلقى باغ اكزومبل فاير بيس ام ال كيت كما قلنا تلقى لي فيتشرز باغ اكزومبل في الكاد تاعنا خاصنا ديتكت فيس we need to detect face on the image اوكي جينا الاندرويد باغ اكزومبل تلقى first كيما تلقى ايتاب باي ايتاب الاولى كيفاش دير سيت اب تاع الديبندنسيز ميتا داتا في المانيفست تاعك how to like process frames etc. so here like you can find here like options how to set up the configuration of the face detector okay run the face detector like après met set up the options you use the camera X API or another API to process the frame هذوك شغل لي شوز كاع كامل درناهم قبل. So we keep on scrolling. Here you set up the image metadata. So here is the main thing, like getting the Firebase Vision Analyzer or detector, the face detector, and launching the task. What we can do here is just copy this, go here, and paste it. Here, if you pay attention, كاين options. So كيما هضرنا من قبل قلنا بلي كاين problem تاع online and latency and high latency and privacy. Okay, face detection is شغل more complicated على text recognition. So you have the choice between using an online model or offline model. هذه Firebase MLKit. But now you في MLKit تاع Android, the second version اللي راهي published on separate website, you have the choice to only use offline model. And like by their online model, you use the Firebase version. Okay, the options here. Let us see the options that we have. So for options, عندك the like checkbox. quels sont les features اللي تحوس عليهم. كل ما زادوا لي feature, كل ما الموديل تاعك راح it will be bigger in size and a bit slow. Like you are overloading it with features. Okay, the first one is the performance mode. Either you prefer a fast model or an accurate model. So here you have like a compromise between how fast you go and how accurate you go. Okay. Second feature is detect landmark. If you want, like for example, you want to detect the face and detect if there is an eye, where is the eye, where is the nose, where is the cheeks, the mouth, etc. Okay. Detect contour, like if you detect an eye, you want to like detect all the points that surround this.
There is a question. What is the difference between Google Cloud Vision and MLKit? Because they don't do the same work.
Because they do the same work. So similarly, كاين Google Cloud Vision و MLKit. Google Cloud Vision كما قلت c'est un API online. Donc تبعت الداتا تاعك دون فورم تاع بايتس تبعتها لجوجل كلاود فيجن يدير لك بروسيسينغ في جوجل كلاود بلاتفورم لارج اوكي من بعد من يدير بروسيسينغ ويكمل يرد لك الريزلتا بالليبلز شغل باللاند مارك اكسيترا. اما الكيت كنت روما كيفاني جوجل كلاود فيجن اتس نوت لايك تارجيتينغ موبايل ديفايسز سيكو قاعده تعيط استنابي تعيط له من الويب تعيط له من الموبايل تعيط له من n'importe quel device connected network. But MLKit is like targeting specifically mobile devices. واش معناتها عليك باغي دير الموديل تاعك on device شغل storage تاعه how fast it will perform شغل how optimized it is regarding the phone constraints like شحال كاين عندك ميموار شحال عندك بروسيسور. Donc MLKit is targeting mobile devices like we said, machine learning on mobile. Google Cloud Vision is targeting all like the platform that want to use machine learning. Okay, so هي سيفري عندك لو شوا ما بيناتهم مي سي راك حاب تارجيتي الموبايل برك best option is to use Firebase MLKit. Okay. Normalement no need. So كيما قلت لكم باغ اكزومبل من بغيت دير السيت اب تاع الموديل تاعك عندك دي زوبسيون تكوشيهم. كل ما تكوشي بليس دوبسيون كل ما الموديل تاعك يولي bigger in like storage and bit slow. كاين عفسه سي كو من هنا الموديل تاعك سي فري الموديل راح يكون اون ديفايس مي لايك العفسه المليحه سي كو ما راحش تشيبي الموديل تاعك مع لابليكاسيون من تخدم بامالكيت سي كو لابليكاسيون تاعك من طلعها البلاي ستور تابلوديها البلاي ستور باش الناس يتيليشارجيها ما يكونش فيها الموديل دوك السايز تاعها يكون صغير من يجي واحد يتيليشارجيها في لو طون قليل ابري ما تيليشارجيها الفون تاعك يوزينغ بلاي ستور سيرفيسز وحده يداونلودي الموديل ابري دونك اليوزر راح يخدم يدخل لابليكاسيون تاعك يدير ساين اب ولا ساين ان فور اكزامبل وابري تقول له كونيكت تو واي فاي ولا كونيكت تو باتري على بغا يدير داونلود كبير باش يقدر يتيليشارجي الموديل ابري دونك هذه داخله في اليوزر اكسبيرينس. اوكي باغ اكزومبل عندنا فاني كلاس في اللي تشيك بوكس عندنا كلاسيفاي فيسز if it's smiling or eyes open هذه اللي راح نديروها minimum face size سي كو باغ اكزومبل على كان عندك دي فوتو كانوا 10 تاع الناس فيها شحال السايز تاع المينيموم فيس سايز اللي راح ديتكتي كل ما تصغر الفيس سايز اللي يقدر ديتكتيه كل ما الموديل تاعك he needs to go through the image شغل more deeply شغل راح يطول شويه دونك كل ما ولاد باغ اكزومبل انا عندي واحد قاعد في الفور جراوند و نوت بيرسون قاعده في الباك جراوند نبريفيري ريكوغنيزي الفور جراوند ولا الباك جراوند سو نعطيه بيج فيس سايز enable face tracking سو مين يتمشى مين تمشى لا بيرسون هذيك اسكو نتراكي الفيس ولا ما نتراكيش شغل يقول لي سي لو ميم فيس ولا لا سو كون نشوفوا كنا الصوره حنا نبغوا نديروهم وحدنا سي كو شويه تولي صعيبه مي بار امالكيت سي جيست دي زوبسيون اللي ندخلهم في الديتكتور تاعنا. اوكي ما نطولوش الهضره لايك هير وي هاف هنايا عندنا two options high accuracy landmark detection and face classification وهنا عندنا real time contour detection of multiple faces شغل كل واحد ولي زوبسيون اللي يخيرهم نقدروا لازم نخيروا واحد من هاد ومن فات راح نخيروا تا واحد منهم مي نخيروا واحد تاعنا سبيسيال اللي هو هذا نكوبيوه ومن بعد نشوفوا كيفاش. اوكي ايضا باش درت هنايا new Firebase Vision Face Detection Options Builder دائما يخدموا بالبيلدر patterns set contour mode اسكو يحب لو كونتور تاع الفيس وتاع الفيس اون جينيرال وي دونك شندير all Firebase Face Detection Options all contours set classification mode تقول اسكو left eye is open the person is smiling or not وي فاني خصني هذه فاني دوك نشيكيها هنا عندنا الاوبشنز تاعنا so we have the options لو كملنا زوج تاع التو دوز اوكي بقات لنا الاخر عندنا ديتكتور دوك واش نديرو ديتكتور دوت detect in image تاعنا هي Firebase اوكي add on cancel listener عندنا بزاف لي listener مي اللي راح نزيدو هنايا كيما راهم شارحين هنايا باغ اكزومبل اللي هي add on success listener اوكي حنا اللي نهتمو به هي السكسس تاع التاسك تاعنا add on success listener جينيرالمون هنايا عندنا امبليمونطاسيون تاع انترفاس عندنا on success listener عندنا on success واش راح نديرو هنايا راح نعطيو هذه لا ميثود process face واش نعطوها الفايربيس فيجن فيسز سو كنت رماركو فايربيس فيجن فيسز ماشي فيس واحد اوكي overview ما تنساها. نقدروا باغ اكزومبل نزيدوا ثاني on failure listener على حبيتو add on failure listener. باغ اكزومبل هنا في الابليكاسيون سي حابة provide a better user experience تزيد on failure listener باش دير باغ اكزومبل ان توست تقول لي بلي الاوبريشن has failed ولا عسى كيما. So here okay. Par exemple, نديرو un sample log with the application has failed. Sorry. So here we have like our pair to do. Par exemple, c'est bon. Le processing صرا وراح يكون عندنا Firebase list of Firebase vision faces. Okay. Donc هنا في ال process faces واش راح نديرو؟ This method get the detected face then draw a rectangle over it. Okay. كيما شفنا في ال demonstration and get the expression in the picture. Okay. So المين كود تاعنا كان هنا. هذه الابليكاسيون هذه لا فونكسيون جوست باش نديزايو عفسه في عفسه جرافيك في الابليكاسيون تاعنا. اوكي تو جين تايم نقدر نروح للفاينل اب. الفاينل اب راح تلقاو فيها كامل الابليكاسيون واجده. نجو للبروسيس فيس واش نديرو فيها. First كما قلنا we clear the graphics of the overlay. دونك على كان كاين face detected من قبل من نديرو detection تاع another face تاع another actual frame we clear the previous frame. اوكي هنايا glide نورمالمون اللي يخدم باندرويد يعرف glide هي image for loading libraries and stuff. اوكي واش راح نلودو par default ايموجي تاع sad like someone frowning. دوك نشوفو في لا ديمو نورمالمون كنت تشوفو فيه هنايا par default سي ما لقينا والو راح يكون هذا مديسبلاي. اوكي so first if the faces dot size is not zero معناتها we have detected some faces on the picture. We go through this block. Okay, here to not complicate things ندو الفيس الاول c'est que faces dot get zero so we just display one face on the frame. Okay. Okay. We use this method in order to draw a rectangle on the face. In okay. So هذه ما تسحقوا شغل you don't need to worry about it. ديجا راهي شغل I set up في here you can find it here in the graphics package. But it will be better to take a look, like the code is simple and etc. well commented, so you can take a look afterward. So now how we can detect if this person is smiling or is frowning or twinkling his eye. Like it's deadly simple. You get the face, you ask this question, get right eye open probability. Like how probable is that the right eye is opened? If it's more than 0.75%, 70, if it's more than 70%, like you see here, it means that the eye is open. So it gives you probability on each feature, like probability if the person is smiling, the left eye is open or closed, etc. Okay. So I get to see if a person is twinkling. It means that one eye is closed, the other one is open. So I have an or condition. Either the right eye is opened and the left eye is closed. Okay, so here I get the left eye open probability is less than 0.1%, 0.1 probability, like 1%, or the left eye is the right eye is closed and the left eye is open. So it's very simple. كون تشوفوا فني ميم الانترفاس تاع لي ميثود والنيمينغ تاع لي ميثود it's also simple. So if the person here is twinkling, I display this emoji which is this one, like person واحد مخرج الطانق تاعه و يتوينك. Otherwise I get this the smiling probability I had the person smiling with probability more than 0.75%, I display a smiley emoji. Okay, so شوفوا la demo. So here you can see that I am drawing a rectangle the face of this actress, and this point like the center of the face. Here I have smiley emoji, like you can see here. If I turn around, I have like a frowning one because I am not detecting any face. Here I have a smile. Okay. If you want to detect a twinkie, like for example here, I don't have a face, so by default it's frowning emoji. Here I am sure that the left eye is closed. I think this is the right one. The right eye is closed and the left eye is open. So I display an emoji which is twinkle. You can play with this app, like you can, for example, flip the camera and try it on yourself, or just use the front camera. It's like a good, also good application to see if you are in a good mood or not during the day. So mainly it's this. So now we have finished like the coding part. What I advise you to do is like after this workshop, you can go through each package one at a time. So like here, each package, it's an Android application. Choose the package you want to run from here. Like either you want to run the start app, the halfway app, or the final app, and go through the code and see if you can do it yourself, do it with Firebase documentation, or rely on the next app on the package. Okay, I suggest that you try it yourself without looking to this code and just looking to the documentation. So there is also some other features we can see here. For example, if we can see another one, if we can see that it's simple, let's see the barcode scanning, or let's say here. Here I am seeing the barcode scanning of the Firebase MLKit, the new version with the separate host. So here I have the my barcode. What I get to as a result is the corners. For example, if here I have these corners, I have 4 points: the left, top right, bottom left, bottom right, and the row value of the code, which is this one. Okay. And here, like for example, if I have a QR code, I have 4 corners with the row value of this QR code. So next time you see an app that use QR code, you don't need to like be amazed about it, because MLKit is here for you to make it easier to scan QR code with just some codes. If we can see how this is made in Android. So of course, since you are using an image, you need to set up your image. Like you see, it's the same stuff we had used before. So after you get your image.
Sorry, Steve. Rahel asked you if we implement this app to unattendance by face, how could we store the faces in the database?
So here, like we are going beyond the face detection to like face recognition. Okay. So for face recognition, it's not yet implemented on MLKit on Android, but it's rather like detecting a face on frame and making like دير عليه contour. But like باش يكون عندك une application اللي تريكوغنايز la personne و تستوكي الفيس تاعه in the database, this is called face recognition. Okay. So it's go beyond the face detection. And to be honest, like jamais see it actual like face recognition systems, how they are storing the faces, etc. Okay, we can talk about it on another occasion. So this هنايا أنا بس سيكو نديرو في face detection, ديتكتي face في الفريم تاعه. صح. دوك نرجعوا للباركود. كيما باغ اكزومبل فيس ديتكشن، ثاني يخصك دير اوبشنز للباركود سكانر. اوكي، عندك the format, the specific format and barcode tag. You have here like the keys for each format. Don't know does واش تعني هذه. ميت نهار اللي تخدم ابليكاسيون بيور كود باين تكون على بالك كل كود واش يعني. Second step is preparing the input image. لما مدرك على بالنا واش نسحقوا في الانبوت image. First get the data, second one get the rotation, third step build Firebase vision image. Okay, let's go to the third one. Get an instance of barcode scanner. So في Firebase MLKit is each feature عندها الانستنس تاعها. عندنا face detector, text recognizer، هنا عندنا barcode scanner. هنا رانا في MLKit بدلوا شويه naming تاع الفيتشرز. So ما اسموهاش Firebase barcode scanning mais juste barcode scanning. Get client في بلاصة get instance. So just دي tweak هكاك للاي بي. اوكي، après عندنا scanner process image. This scanner will process the barcode image and give you a list of barcodes in response. normalement يكون فيها answer barcode. So après ما تجيب الباركود واش يكون عندك فيه؟ كما قلنا يكون عندك raw value and the position on the image. Like here you can see barcode, let me make it dark. You can see barcode get value, raw value. This is the main feature where we can compare the value we have on our system with the barcode raw value. And if you want to do something with the graphics, etc., you can use the get bounding box. Get bounding box. You have 4 corners, 4 points. You draw a rectangle on this box. Okay. So let us go back to the presentation. So some useful references you can use, like if you hate going through the documentation, you can watch some real-time demo like this one. En fait, like this one, c'est provided by experts, by the guys who build this. You can watch Android the Developer Summit of 2018, because MLKit was released in 2018 beta version. Okay, it's still beta, to be honest, and maybe with the 2021 it will be officially released. Okay. We have Firebase Summit 2018 also, the Firebase Summit 2019 in Madrid, 2018 was in Prague. We have the Google I/O Note 2019, and for the Google I/O 2020 we didn't have Google I/O because of the COVID. But so like announcing that they have switched from Firebase to Android wasn't that obvious. Maybe with upcoming events they will go through details why they made this switch. So mainly this is the end of our workshop. I think if someone has a question, you can use the mic to ask. So you can reach me after that if you have any question, or if there's a problem with the code, etc. And like a good exercise for you is, after you finish working with Firebase MLKit, try to create another branch and use the new MLKit library, like new MLKit with Android, not the one with the Firebase dependencies. And actually you will experience Firebase MLKit vision and also the MLKit for Android vision. Where we can find the code. Okay, the code is here. You can go, let me send you the link. You can go to my GitHub page. Just clone the repository and you have all the instructions. First start with the starter app. When you finish the first part, go to the halfway app. Try to build something, build the face detection. And when you finish the halfway app, you compare your code with the final app. So the final app is all set up for you, okay? So here we have like 2 steps to reach the final application. So هنا normalement درنا text recognition, درنا face detection, barcode scanning. So we are almost done. We have three features left: pose detection, image labeling, and object tracking. Okay. نروح الimage labeling overview. If you can see like هنا ال API tellement explicit, just تقدر تشوف ال API تقراه. You go ahead في الفيتشر تاعك. سيكو هنا التايم جين هنا يكون n1. شغل ما تخممش كيفاش لي شو سون امبليمونتي، خاطر ديجا سون امبليمونتي فور يو، مي جوست اون فيت تفهم لا جلوباليتي تاع لو كود وكيفاش راه. دونك على بغينا نسمبليفيو MLKit, you have 3 steps. First, prepare the input, prepare your image. Second one, prepare your options for the detector. Third one, analyze and process the result. Like three main stuff. Okay. Like if you can see here, for image labeling, I have this picture here. What I get from the labels, I have a list of labels. Like you can see here, I have 6 labels. You can zoom out a bit. So what I see here is I see a stadium, a sports, an event, leisure. I don't think it has some meaning here. A score, a soccer, like a soccer. Soccer is mean football. Okay. And the plant. Plant is the grass here. Okay. So each label has confidence, like probability that is true or false. And the number of labels is very big. Like you can have, for example, 1,000 labels, 2,000 labels. Like is given the model. Like if you can see here, not here. I think we can go proceed. We go to Android. And it's the same thing. You introduce the dependencies. First, let's go here. We create an image labeler, giving like the options, etc. And we process the image. Let me see if like prepare the input image. Okay. And the third one, the image labeler. Like you have here the image labeler. You just introduce the image, and you have your own success listener and on failure listener. It's the same thing. Like commonly features based sur Vision API has the same interface and the same steps. Okay, and you have the list of labels, and for each label, you get the text and the confidence. The confidence means how شحال لا confiance انه تكون فري ولا l'information تكون فري ولا false. But the text is the value of the label. Okay. So we move to like object detection and tracking. For example, here I have a moving object. I have an object with can num, but then to the center and بعد ولا على اليسار. Okay. Like each object on the frame, on the sequence of frame, will have the same ID. Like for example, you can see here the tracking ID is 0. The second frame is still 0, and third one also. So في l'application تاعك تقدر par exemple you have a set of objects, each one with the ID تاعه, and for each object you have the category and the bounding box. Like هنايا par exemple المونيمون هذا عندك تقدر ترسم عليه bounding box كما درنا في text recognition given four corners. Okay. les 4 points هادو هما هنايا display. So this is the result اللي راح نجيبوها après. So example على face detection, image detection. Par exemple هنا عندنا 4 تاع converse. Okay. Each one with an ID. For example في next frame على بدلت الزرقاء هذه بدلتها مع البيضاء. Donc الزرقاء will hold its own ID. So you can like perform some sort of object tracking. Like on each frame, you get where is the object being displayed, and you draw a circle or a box around it. So frame by frame by frame, you will have like a moving circle on your application. Okay, how this is done is the same thing. You configure your object detector using options, for example. You prepare your input image, and finally you process the image, and you have a list of objects. Donc هنا راكم تشوفوا بلي tellement simple, c'est que machine learning on mobile دروك ولات عفسه اللي فريمون تقدر ديرها في ما با 30 مينوت. من قبل مام في الجوجل كلاود اي بي اي اللي قلنا عليه اللي جاتني كيستيون عليه من قبل ما كانش سو اوبفيوس كيما دروك. كان تقدر تبعت ريكويست on using HTTP. You prepare the input in like a difficult way, but من يكون عندك SDK دي الموبيل, like the interaction and the code, the time gain will be enormous. And like here we have like the bounding box, the tracking ID, and the labels. The labels معناتها the confidence and the label of this item, if it is a place or like a shoes or a person, etc. Like let's say you have MLKit Firebase and you want to migrate to Android MLKit. So here you can see what's the change. The change في واش بدلوا من Firebase MLKit للأندرويد MLKit. Premièrement زادوا quelques features. Par exemple digital recognition ما كانتش كاينه, barcode scanning زادوا فيه دي plus d'options, etc. زادوا ثاني l'option تاع تقدر دير custom, like it will be more easier to provide custom models. For example, let's say انت عندك موديل اللي حبيت تدير به face detection اللي perform better or faster than the model provided by Google. So you just like create your model inputs and output regarding this interface and just deploy it. So واش تويكي في الموديل تاعك هي الانبوت والاوتبوت. ابري داخل الموديل تاعك كيفاش يكومبورتي انت ديسيدي. هذه اللي حبيت انت دير كاستم موديل. parmi les questions اللي يجوهم why this change. بون حنا فاني بوزينا لا كيستيون هذه مع البدايه علاه بدلوا من Firebase MLKit. So they say we are making this change to clarify what solution the product is offering. Okay, with this change the new MLKit SDK is fully focused on on-device machine learning. So first with Firebase MLKit كاين two options, سواء الموديل تاعك يكون في الكلاود سواء يكون في on device. Mais to stress on the fact that they are pushing the developers to use on-device machine learning, واش داروا سيباراو Firebase MLKit شغل تاع كلاود على Firebase MLKit على Android MLKit on device. Okay, واش قال لك باغ اكزومبل هنايا what happens to my models that are being hosted with Firebase. Okay, Firebase machine learning will continue to serve your model as before. Okay, donc على باغ اكزومبل تحب تخدم Firebase MLKit, there is no problem with that. Only exception is that you will not have updates. For example على باغ اكزومبل بدلوا عفسه في MLKit تاع الاندرويد سيباري, بدلوا عفسه في الانترفيس. If you are using the Firebase MLKit SDK, you will not have this update. البروبليم هنا سي كو سي فري يقولوا لك باللي ما فيها والو تكمل Firebase MLKit, مي قادر دير لك ان بروبليم باغ اكزومبل مع الاندرويد 12 اللي قادر تجي بتات يكون كاين ان شونجمون ماجور اللي ما يخليش SDK قديمه تخدم. And this is from the drawback تاع اندرويد, سي كو دي فوا يكونوا changes يجوا very fast والdevelopers community ما تقدرش تادوبتا معهم بخف. So the final question, I'm using MLKit for Firebase today. When do I need to migrate over? Okay, واش قال لك this depends on which MLKit for Firebase API you currently use. Donc if you are using the cloud API for example or the custom model deployment, you can still use Firebase MLKit. But if you are using on-device based API, you actually they prefer that you migrate to MLKit. Donc على بها قلت لكم for to get the sweet things from both words تاع MLKit on Firebase and MLKit on Android, try to like ديروا l'exercice هذاك MLKit on Firebase, then switch to MLKit on Android. Okay. So I think that we cover more than was expected for this workshop. Like we went through all the features of MLKit, which is a bit long.
I have just one question, Michi, out of our workshop, as we are in Android 11 Meetup. So, what is your favorite? What is your favorite application, يعني, that you are using, يعني, for gaming, ولا productivity, ولا anything?
So my for now, the favorite application is Notion. Like Notion is let me send you. Let me share with you like application. So is this one, like it's an application that provides you like a database for your notes, your agenda, your to-dos, etc. So all in one place. So it can replace Trello, Evernote, and etc. Like most of the time you find software teams use it like to write documentation and workflows, etc. You can try it. You can use it for personal use. I find it a bit awesome to use.